I'm so glad you came back. What do we got today? We are talking homeschool curriculums, art. Art. How fun is it? Even if you're like me and you're not really artistic in that sense, it's very cool. It's very fun. So we got some awesome products of the day. I'm gonna show you some curriculum flip-throughs. At the end, I have a yay or nay. It's 100% a yay. It is super, super cool. I'm gonna show it to you. And also your free thing of the day today, if you go in Khan Academy, they have, so you can make pictures in there, but you can add sound to it. And so the kids make little stories in there. You can move characters and film it and stuff in there. I don't know how they know to do it, but even my youngest can do it. So it's pretty cool. So that's your free art, I guess you will, item of the day. So let's talk these cards. You know I love them for the science. So I went and I bought the composers and the artists, because that's essentially what I wanted. I wanted something you could hold up, discuss, talk about, and I love how thick they are. And these talks about, so this is, for example, it has the photo, then it has the artist picture, and then on the back it discusses the artist and his life. And this is like art and music of the Middle Ages. So it does talk about different genres as well. Every art curriculum known to man seems to include this. And sometimes I've seen curriculums where this is their only, like this is it for their curriculum, is they're like, buy this book. And what it is from 3 and up, I really like it. It is teaching your children to draw. Drawing does not come naturally. I didn't know that. And so this starts them from the basics and teaches them. It's a full-on art curriculum. Art therapy for kids, it's all right. I've in the videos, sometimes on my advice of the day, I tell you about a few things that in here, but all in all, I don't think I'd buy it again. But that is an option. But I do think art is very therapeutic. Okay, step-by-step drawing, the Usborne. Again, I wouldn't get it again, but some interesting elements. How to teach art to children. This is a bit more, this discusses line, shape, texture, colors, things like that. So in here, for example, you're mixing warm and cool colors. You need one of these books for each child, unless you don't mind drawing this out or copy. Clay things that you're making. So it covers a variety of different areas, and it's an all right book. Would I buy it again? I don't utilize it, so I don't think I would. Okay, A Children's Introduction to Art. This is the first book that I went over with my kids, because you just open it, it's got art through the ages, and there's a picture, and then you could just read the top part or the side part. You don't have to go through the whole thing if you don't want. And it does have a little bit about recreating some of them and information about how they did it and how you can recreate it. So I think it is a nice introduction. But better than that, DK, doesn't DK have some cool books? Oh my gosh, if DK was like, you have $1,000 and you can buy only DK books, oh my goodness. Inside DK, so it's got the evolution of painting, it's got sculpture, it's got photography. So it does have a lot of different genres in it. And again, via the age, you don't have to read like everything, you could just read a little bit. Depending on the age of the child, then you read more. And it's what I call a breakfast book, which is like, it's a morning basket book, but I just do it at breakfast, because if you have children who have ADHD, ODD, if they're eating, they're usually sitting. So usually if their mouth is occupied and their hands are occupied, their eyes can look at you. Now we're into some cool products. So this is stained glass. I haven't used it. I don't know what age it's for, but it has a suction cup so you can put it on the thing. So it's just on a window, but it is just stickers that you can do, 70 plus stained glass stickers. So I do think it's kind of cool. I have not tried it yet. But I definitely plan to. Introduction to sewing. And then, so it's got, the holes are already done for you. So you would just sew around and put stuffing in, or put stuffing in, then sew it around. And then it has stickers that you put on top to kind of finish the project off. And I think it was only $5. This is the best deal. So when kids are young, I just focus, like when they're on kindergarten or preschool, whatever, really little, I just focus on finding a medium they love. What do they love to create it? Do they love music? Do they love robotics? Do they love, now when it comes to art, do they like clay? Do they like painting? Do they like jewelry making? What do they like to do? And this was definitely a hit. If you get regular clay, you can't just buy any clay. I didn't know this. Clay is really hard. Like it's hard like rock. But this stuff, air dry clay, air dry, super soft, non-toxic, a million little clay things, can you see them? A million little clay pouches, you open them up, build what you want. It's got a little book in there of things you can build. And this is a pottery wheel that I cannot wait to try with my son. He has wanted to do the pottery wheel so bad. I just want to wait till he's just a little bit older. I bought extra clay for it. Super excited. Oh my gosh, for the pottery wheel. We've been watching some pottery stuff on Pinterest at night, me and him, my youngest. And it's super cool. A jewelry kit, you can get them for like $5 and they come with a ton of stuff and you can make some fun jewelry. It comes with pretty much everything you need. Art curriculum time. Did I tell you my free thing? Yes, I did. Oh, future videos. Okay, future videos. I was inspired by a comment I read this morning. When you guys leave me comments, it means a lot to me. And so I look through and I read through, and especially if you don't like something I do or you have a suggestion for improvement, except for my hair, which I know needs improvement, and I've been thinking about that constantly, and I'm just not sure what to do at this point. It doesn't cost $1 million. So if you have suggestions for me, let me know things I can improve or things you want to see. Let me know. But anyway, so the comments, I do read them. One of the comments, it inspired me to do another video on autism curriculums because another one just came in the mail that it would be an unboxing because I haven't utilized it yet, but just to know it's another option and how we're gonna do that video and then another video. Shoot, I thought I had another video planned. But let's go into curriculums. Okay, all right, so this is Christian, it is Abeka. These are paper crafts. Okay, so this is from Abeka. So it's just paper crafts, but what I have noticed is that they are, at least from the second book I'm about to show you, this is the 3-year-old one. So this one it has a lot of ties to the Bible. It has a lot of references to that, but more so when you get up to this one right here. This one has even more, and it is very teacher intensive. Like it is, honestly, like you do it for them for the most part. There's like a spot they can color, but it is just pretty teacher intensive. And this is the K5 one, but maybe other children, maybe they're a bit more advanced. Like I can't say, but I'm telling you, the crafts I've done with him so far, I'm the one who's mostly cutting them out. And I just found it pretty teacher intensive. Like anytime they're like, oh, you got to use a craft knife, you know it's going to be teacher intensive. So this is one of the only curriculums first I could find. This is from Sonlight and BookShark, okay? So it is both. They use the same curriculum. So even though it's from Sonlight, it is not a religious curriculum because again, they share some curriculums between the two of them. BookShark being secular. So this is K through 3. So right away, as soon as you have these years, as opposed to this one, which is grades 1 and grades 2, this one, K through 3, I'm telling you, I've gone through it and there's no way a kindergartner, I mean, it's almost like you're wasting your time with the kindergartner. Okay, so you're gonna talk about shape, form, line, color, spaces, exit. You're gonna talk about art in caves, underground. So all different places, art in churches. But again, it's not a religious curriculum, even though it's from Sonlight, whether you get it there or the other place. And it comes with a bunch of stuff. So it comes with a bunch of, supplies, like all the supplies, the typical supplies. Like it came with this, FYI, that is heavy. But it came with all these. Let's go to, so here's a lesson. Let's talk about this one. This is a few lessons in. It's gonna give you some questions about, it chooses a painting. So this is Marc Chagall, the birthday. And then it's gonna ask, hey, what's the woman holding in her hands? Look out the window, is it daytime or night? So I like that, nothing wrong with that. And then you go on to the next page where it's like, okay, well here you draw in pencil and then you're gonna color in with watercolors. Now they haven't shown us how to draw at this point, so I'm not sure how we're supposed to know to draw this since this is a K through 3 program, right? And then, but you have to do it in order to watercolor in it, I guess is kind of the thing. So that's kind of how the lessons go. Here's a picture. Let's talk about the picture. They tell you a bit about the picture, and then it's like, okay, student gallery. They show you something someone else drew, and then and then you do your project. There you go. It's not, I wouldn't get it again. But this one I actually like. I've gone through it a few times, and this one comes with what's different than the other one is look at this. Look at their pictures. The pictures that they come with, they're, first of all, my only complaint is that, like, look at this very first picture that we're using see level 1 poster 1 is that I wish it didn't have that where it was folded to ship. Like I wish they could have not done that because it is so beautiful and it's made out of really nice material. I don't know the material, it's thin, it's shiny, whatever it is. And I just think it's really nice comparatively to this. So this is like what you're gonna use in reference to the painting you're gonna be talking about. And this, not only that, because it's grades 1 and 2, I find it pretty accurate. So it's called Articulations, which, to be honest, Studio Articulations. To read this, it took me a long time to figure out what they were saying. I was like, Articulations is what I honestly thought it was called the first time I mentioned it in a video. Okay, so let's go through. So these are things you're gonna be coloring and covering. So weather, landscape, Japanese fans, art that moves. Okay, so we're gonna talk about first lesson, lesson 1. This is what you're gonna make. This is the picture that you were talking about, and this is the artist focus. So they both curriculums cover an artist. These are the supplies you're gonna need. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So remember, lesson 1, usually they're divided into like 4 days. Okay, and then it talks about the national standards that they got. And then we're gonna talk vocabulary. They have vocabulary. Okay, so then it's got day 1, talking about lines. So I like that it starts right at the beginning, a line. That in that book, Drawing with Children, starts right at a line. Straight, curved, long, short, thin, wavy, jagged, broken. The Drawing with Children book I showed you. Where is it? Over here. This one, right there. Drawing with Children. It also starts with a line. Also starts with a line in those books. So that's what you start on, and then you can take those and we made like treasure maps and stuff like that. We made a city landscape. But anyway, so we're starting here. So we're a variety of different lines we're doing. So grade 1 or grade 2, I would almost say grade 2 for probably both curriculums. And this is you fill in the design, and then you draw an animal. Now, the thing is that they haven't told us how to draw an animal. So that is kind of, I guess my concern about this is, how do you know how to draw an animal if no one's taught you? I don't know, maybe it comes naturally, I'm not sure. Okay, it's got review questions. Every section has review questions, and then it's got a grading rubric. Rubrics are very Charlotte Mason. And if you felt like grading, which I never grade anything, at the end of the year, I do like a transcript just to see what we're missing on and what we should focus more on and how we've progressed. But that's just personal preference. Okay, so shapes and buildings, lesson 2. That's the photo. Again, beautiful photo. It has a picture on this one, Paul Klee, on the next one, like on this next poster, and that's the thing you're drawing. So I really like it. So it's got the daily lesson sequence. Did I miss a page? Yeah. So there you go. Those are the supplies you need. And again, it comes with a big kit. So it comes with a big kit. And lesson introduction. See, this is the big poster we're using. So you get to see it large and in charge. Day 1, day 2, day 3. All right, so you get how it goes, and it breaks it down, which I like. So after viewing all these curriculums, I decided I don't mind the articulations. I think it's pretty cool, but I'm doing drawing with Mona. I'm doing the art, like the art encyclopedia or children's introduction to art, because we've gone through that. I'm gonna try and add in some art cards, we'll see, but it's not necessary. I honestly don't think it's necessary if you have a children's introduction to art, which you can get at every library. You can get it at every library, and I even like the older versions of this a bit better. But these, they are not available anymore. I think for copyright, I'm not allowed to show you. This was a teacher and a woman before her time, before they had YouTube, before they had, download the MP3s. They are DVDs of art classes. And she teaches you, I love it. I have shown you one project we did, the grade 1 project, which was a roller coaster construction paper thing. If I can find it, I will show you. But if you watch through just even the beginning of some of my videos, I know I make so many. I try to make like one a day. So, so they're not perfectly done videos. Like, we know that. That's not what you get from me. But at least you get hopefully some motivation, some ideas. She teaches you the art. And so you watch her teach, and she talks and she shows it as if she's your teacher explaining it. This is how we draw a tree. Like, so for example, in kindergarten, they draw a tree and she shows you, okay, we start dark outlines for our tree. And let's put some grass down here, and we're gonna draw lines just to make it look more tree-like, even though trees in real life don't have lines. And then she does it for all seasons. So we're gonna do a tree in 4 seasons. And so it's just super cool. So because they're not available, like they are available, I would jump on and Google it and see where you can get some. They are called HomeArtStudio. And her name is Lindsay Volin. Lindsay Volin, HomeArtStudio. And so she's basically the teacher of your child, and she's teaching you these cool art things. I just love the project she does, because I really think they're age appropriate. We got some crafts. So this is from BiblioPlan, but this specifically has, for example, 100, I wanna say, they have them for all different ages and they correspond to the chapters in the book, but you don't have to use it like that. And it's not by itself, it is not like a Christian product per se. Okay, so this specific thing, you're not gonna notice, it's got like 161 crafts. And for example, look, paint the Union Jack flag. So number one, like make it close from the British soldier. So this is for modern history, but they have them for, you know, ancient history and things like that. So you're going through, it's got games that they used to play, make a lantern. I mean, it's just super cool. It's super cool. Because no matter what lesson, like you do not need BiblioPlan to use this. You can just get this book and use it, you know, as is. So it's got the states, different flags. So it just goes through history. Goes through history. Now, of course it doesn't, I'm sure it doesn't include everything. I've noticed that about history. I've noticed that, for example, it doesn't, look at, you got some Paris stuff. You got Canada, the Canada flag. Hold a cheese tasting party. Why? I don't know, but go for it. And then it tells you what it's referring to. So Prussians tended to eat simple food they could grow in their gardens. They love beef, wurst, and fished. And then so eat like a Prussian. So it has different different foods as well. Week 8. So it does, again, it does go along with the book, but you don't need it to. Morse code, teaching you Morse code. So there you go. I think it's super cool. Super cool. Make a women's suffrage poster. So this is 100% a buy again. 100% a buy again. I have one for ancient history. I got one for different, it's basically learning culture through crafts, food, and fun, because they do include some old-timey games. Old-timey. Old-timey, that's official. Okay, guys, so that's our video for today. I hope you found some cool products, and I hope you tune in tomorrow. Can you say, please like and subscribe?
Please like to like.
And hit the bell for notifications.
Hit the bell for notifications.